Penn State fans wore white jerseys and white t-shirts and white ball caps. They decorated white signs. They shook white pom-poms. They waved white towels. By Saturday night's end, they might as well have been white flags. In this contest of Big Ten rivals on the upswing, of conference powers banned from postseason play, 9th-ranked Ohio State proved too powerful, too steady, too resilient. Its quarterback, Braxton Miller, mostly sprayed passes everywhere but at his intended targets and still literally ran over, and by and around, the Nittany Lions in the Buckeyes. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. 35-23 triumph. That meant Urban Meyer, the coach who inherited the 6-7 team from last season, improved to 9-0, 5-0 in the Big Ten, good for the best record in the conference. He celebrated 1 week earlier in front of the student section, with a series of Jersey Shore-style fist pumps directed at the crowd. He left here with another victory and 3 games left in his initial season as the Buckeyes coach. So much for that test run. The game featured 2 of the best teams in the Big Ten. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Perhaps the class of a conference mired in a collective subpar season. Ohio State entered the contest undefeated, Penn State on a 5-game win streak. Its 2 losses came by 11 combined points. Yet this clash of conference powers ultimately meant nothing. Zilch, 0, at least officially. With both teams under NCAA sanctions, neither is eligible to play in the postseason. Thus this matchup shaped into something of a de facto bowl game, an unofficial conference title tilt. 2 years ago, when the Buckeyes tangoed with the Nittany Lions, everything was different. It was thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Jim Tressel against Joe Paterno, sweater vest against bomber jacket. That game held all sorts of postseason implications, even if that now seems like it happened in another lifetime. About a year ago, Paterno secured victory number 409, which moved him ahead of Eddie Robinson, the Grambling legend, for most victories by a Division I coach. A week later, his longtime assistant, Jerry Sandusky, was indicted on charges of child molestation. Sandusky ended up in jail. Paterno died, 111 of his victories vacated. In came Bill O'Brien. Ohio State, meanwhile, ended up with its thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Own scandal, when players traded memorabilia for cash and tattoos. In came Meyer, once the darling of college football, until he left Florida, citing health problems. So there they stood Saturday, on opposite sidelines, 2 coaches who took over programs in need of rebuilding, in similar, if far from parallel, situations. Before Saturday, both coaches had positioned themselves for Conference Coach of the Year honors, to even receive national consideration. The first half highlighted the power of the punt. It featured lots and lots of punts, 10 in the first 2 quarters alone. Punts thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Shanked. Punts booted. Punts pinned. Punts blocked. For most of 2 quarters, as both defenses dropped sure interceptions, as both quarterbacks misfired high and long and wide, the player on the field who made the most impact came from an unusual position. His name is Alex Butterworth, and he is Penn State's punter. Butterworth ducked his first attempt, but more than made up for it thereafter, when he pinned Ohio State at the 3-yard line, the 11 and the 6. As a result, the Buckeyes spent much of the first half backed up near their thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. End zone. Such field position would ultimately yield the rarest commodity here Saturday, actual points. The Nittany Lions 5-3, 3-1 had driven deep into Buckeyes territory, but opted to go for it on 4th down from the 25-yard line rather than attempt a kick with Sam Ficken, he of the 4 missed field goals in a 1-point loss to Virginia earlier this season. Ohio State took the ball back, again backed up, and when Ben Buchanan went to punt, Mike Hall blocked it and Michael Yancich recovered the block in the end zone for the game's first thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Score. On this Saturday in Happy Valley, even the points came on punts. Ohio State responded, behind quarterback Braxton Miller, the Heisman candidate who left last weekend's overtime victory over Purdue with a head injury that landed him briefly in the hospital. His 33-yard scamper pushed the Buckeyes near the goal line, where they fed running back Carlos Hyde until he plunged into the end zone to tie the score at 7-7. The game turned quickly after halftime. Quarterback Matt McGloin, who had flourished in O'Brien's up-tempo offense, who ranked second "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." In the Big Ten touchdown passes before Saturday, tossed an errant throw at linebacker Ryan Shazier, who returned it 17 yards for a touchdown. Penn State would manage a field goal and an interception of its own, but it could not contain Miller, who dove into the end zone for a 21-10 lead. By then, Miller had more rushing yards, 82, than passing ones, 71 on 6 completions in 17 attempts. He scored again by the end of the third quarter, extending the Buckeyes' lead. Miller even managed a touchdown pass in the "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Fourth quarter, the 72-yard bomb to Jake Stoneburner that put the game even farther out of reach. Ohio State will not play in a bowl game this season. On Saturday, though, it won an unofficial one.